Remember the mall? For generations of Americans, it wasn't just a place to shop, it was the vibrant heart of suburban life, a gleaming cathedral of commerce and culture. From the sprawling parking lots to the towering anchor stores, the shopping mall was a phenomenon that redefined how we spent our leisure time and our money. Born from the post-war boom and the flight to the suburbs, these retail behemoths promised convenience, variety, and an escape from the elements, all under one climate-controlled roof. In its heyday, the mall was a destination. Teenagers flocked to arcades, food courts buzzed with activity, and families spent entire Saturdays wandering through department stores like Macy's, Sears, and JCPenney. It was a social hub, a place for first dates, window shopping with friends, or simply people watching. The carefully curated environments, often featuring fountains, plants, and natural light, were designed to encourage lingering, to transform shopping from a chore into an experience. Developers understood that creating a mini-city, complete with public spaces and entertainment, was key to drawing in crowds. The success of the shopping mall wasn't just about selling goods, it was about selling a lifestyle, an idealized version of American prosperity and community. It was a tangible symbol of the American dream, accessible to all, promising endless choices and endless possibilities. This golden era, spanning from the 1960s through the late 1990s, cemented the mall's place in the national psyche, an iconic institution that felt invincible.
But even as malls reached their zenith, subtle cracks began to appear in their seemingly impenetrable foundations. The turn of the millennium brought a confluence of factors that started to erode their dominance. Economically, the country faced fluctuating prosperity. Recessions in the early 2000s and later the devastating 2008 financial crisis meant consumers had less discretionary income. Price became a more significant factor than the experience. This shift in consumer priorities coincided with the rise of new retail formats. Big box stores like Walmart, Target, and Costco offered an alternative value proposition. Massive selections, deeply discounted prices, and the convenience of one-stop shopping for groceries and general merchandise, often without the need to navigate a sprawling mall. Simultaneously, the proliferation of power centers, strip malls anchored by several large retailers, provided easier access and parking, appealing to shoppers who prioritized efficiency over ambiance. Outlet malls also gained traction, promising luxury brands at bargain prices, further siphoning off customers. The mall experience, once unique, now had multiple competitors vying for the same shopper dollar. Gas prices also played a role. Longer drives to distant malls became less appealing when cheaper alternatives were closer to home. The slow bleed had begun, an initial phase where the mall's unique selling points were gradually chipped away, even before the digital revolution truly took hold. The convenience factor, once a mall's strength, was being outmaneuvered by newer, leaner models. While economic shifts and new retail formats created headwinds, nothing prepared the traditional shopping mall for the seismic shock of the internet. The true death knell began to toll with the exponential growth of e-commerce, spearheaded by the relentless rise of Amazon. Suddenly, the very advantages malls once boasted, convenience and selection, were dwarfed by an online marketplace that offered virtually limitless products delivered directly to your doorstep, often with greater price transparency and customer reviews. The convenience of shopping in pajamas at 2 a.m., the ability to compare prices across dozens of retailers in seconds, and the sheer breadth of inventory available online fundamentally altered consumer behavior. Why drive to a mall, brave parking lots, and walk through multiple stores when a few clicks could accomplish the same goal, often faster and cheaper? This led to the phenomenon known as showrooming, where shoppers would visit a physical store to see, touch, or try on an item, only to then purchase it online from a competitor at a lower price. Retailers struggled to adapt. Many, burdened by expensive leases and legacy infrastructure, couldn't compete with the agility and low overhead of online-only operations. Beloved brands, once mall mainstays, began to shutter locations, unable to sustain their brick-and-mortar footprint. The anchor stores, those giants that drew in customers to the entire mall, were particularly vulnerable, their bankruptcies sending ripple effects through the entire ecosystem. The digital tsunami didn't just compete with the mall, it offered a fundamentally different and often superior way to shop, making the physical experience increasingly optional.
Today, the landscape is littered with the ghosts of retail past, the dead mall. These cavernous, decaying structures stand as stark monuments to a bygone era, their once bustling corridors now silent, stores boarded up, and fountains dry. The impact of their demise extends beyond mere aesthetics. Local economies suffer from lost tax revenue and job displacement. Communities lose a former gathering place, leaving a void that is difficult to fill. Yet, not all malls are destined for oblivion. Some are attempting to reinvent themselves. Owners are experimenting with innovative strategies, transforming retail spaces into medical clinics, residential apartments, community colleges, or even fulfillment centers for the very e-commerce giants that contributed to their downfall. The most successful remaining malls are those that have leaned into the experience economy, offering entertainment venues, gourmet dining, health and wellness services, and unique social events that cannot be replicated online. They are becoming mixed-use developments, combining retail with other functions to create a new kind of vibrant hub. The future of these spaces isn't necessarily as purely retail centers, but as adaptable canvases for new urban development. The story of the dying American mall is more than just about changing shopping habits. It reflects deeper societal shifts, from how we interact with public spaces to the very nature of community itself. While the golden age of the mall may be over, its colossal structures offer both a challenge and an opportunity to reimagine the fabric of American life for the 21st century.
Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more amazing videos.